everyone, welcome to SELINTalks, podcast initiative by SELINClub. We connect, engage, and acknowledge educators globally. I'm Shruti Verma, your host for today's episode. Today we have Mr. Pritam Kumar Agrawal as our guest. Pritam Kumar Agrawal is the founder and director of Hello Kids Preschools. He started his first Hello Kids Preschool Center in Bangalore in 2005 and currently runs a robust franchisee network with over 750 preschools across India, Nepal, and Bangladesh. I would like to extend a very warm welcome to him in today's episode of SELINTalks. Okay, so before we get to the questions, there is, our audience would like to know, the background of Hello Kids, how did it start, and, everything and anything. How has your journey been so far? What has it been like, and what is the next step for Hello Kids? Because I was reading about Hello Kids, and I read about your journey. There are about 750 plus schools that you are heading with over 35,000 students. Must be exhilarating, no?
So, good evening, everyone, and I'm Pritam here, Pritam from Bangalore, and I started Hello Kids in 2005, 2006, and I was unmarried and belongs to a Marwadi family, wanted to do some business in terms of education, but yes, landed in Bangalore as a single, what you call as, I was almost like a student at that point of time, and I had a lot of options to do business as a family business was in terms of construction and supply to all government departments. Even I had a chance to understand that part when I was studying. But yes, there was something in my mind that I should do something in terms of education. But yes, it took me almost 3 days that which steps I have to take for my career as a person. And I finally decided that I'll be doing something in terms of schooling. Friends, coming from a Marwadi family at the age of 22, 23, once you are back home, people are thinking, or the society as where I belongs to, they think that the child should get engaged as soon as possible with his job and businesses. And once he has got ready to start, this is the time for his wedding and all that. So trust me, as a bachelor, I decided to start a preschool because after thinking after so long, many years that I'll be doing something in terms of education, and I was thinking about it that from a rich family, I'll be getting a lot of money to invest from a parent side. I wanted to start this school in somewhere in Odisha because I was born and brought up in Odisha. And I wanted to start this preschool. I want to start a school in that part of Odisha where there were no good schools nearby. So people used to travel 100, 200, 300 kilometers for a good school. But when I landed in Bangalore because my father had a small piece of land and he had a good friend in Bangalore. So we were all discussing at that point of time that what Pritam should do. And trust me, at the thought process was taking so much of money from the parents, use it and build a very big school and you get fail. It was the thought at that point of time. But trust me, when I got a chance that I'll be able to do of my own what I'm trying to say, and which my uncle has insisted that let Pritam do whatever he want. And I got a chance to start something from a preschool. I asked myself that I should start from a preschool and let's learn it before going to a proper K-12 school building with that acres of land and a huge buildings. So I was it was not easy for me to decide, and I was inside a flat for 3 days to decide that I'll be starting a preschool. So 3 days, 2-bedroom house, not seen the skies. And because that was the time when I was supposed to decide my life, that where I am going to be. I am going to be a building, what you call a builder or a supply of steel and what you call as cements and whatever the building material is required, or I'm going to start a school. So that was the initial 3 4 days of my life, which was very much in terms of education or building education and building. It was happening, and I landed and I said myself that let's start from a scratch to understand this education industry. So
Hmm.
I started the first school April 2006, and
Wow.
I'm still running preschools and I'm happy doing it. And trust me, when I was running my first school, sleepless nights for the first 2 3 months. I say why sleepless nights was again running a play school, and without children for the next 2 months, April and May, because it was summer vacations.
Right.
People were not ready to send their kids to schools. As I
Hmm.
was new, and again I was a bachelor, parents giving their children to a bachelor to for a school or a daycare is very difficult. So
Yeah.
that was the time even I was deciding as I'm getting 23 24, and whenever my parents start saying that you have to get married, I'll say I'll definitely get married fast. So trust me, in that period of time, uh, I think around 60 65 days I took to get my first admission. And that
Wow.
was the days when you should no options. Either you shut down, you go back to your parents' business, or
Yeah.
you say I'm running away of this business. But I said no issues. Whatever is there, I have taken my path and I have to do whatever the best possible for my business. And
Hmm.
trust me, I got my first admission in that 60 65 days. And very much because my grandfather, he's no more. Last 15 days back we lost him, and he
I'm
was
so
almost
sorry.
97. But yes, he was the only person who was in touch with me on an everyday basis. He was,
Wow.
because it was not a business which is very regular to my family, my society. Exactly, it was very
Hmm.
different than a regular normal business houses, right? coming
Right.
from coming from rice mills, supply to government departments, making road, bridges, school buildings.
Hmm.
Now somebody running in terms of school, in terms of, see how a society looks forward for a new investment. I'll tell you, this guy who has been studying abroad, he was doing so much of things. Now
Hmm.
he will start a play school. He'll have 100 children. He will charge around 500 600 fees. He'll make around 50 60,000 rupee a month. He'll be paying some 20 30,000 rupee of rental salaries. What it will be left out for him was the question mark, right?
Hmm.
So my grandfather was in touch with me on every day basis to understand how many inquiries, how many admissions. And trust me, he always used to say me, learn whatever is possible and don't wait for admission. It will definitely come to you. So because of these words, trust me, I have experiences of opening the school building, closing the school building, cleaning the toilets, cleaning the food, after the food, whatever the kids left out, taking kids to the toilet, running the school van from morning 7 o'clock to evening 3 o'clock. I have all
Hmm.
such experiences to have it for my school, right? So
Right.
initial initial days was very difficult, yes. And the same year October, I thought that as we need more trust from the people, we need lot of trust from the parents. And as after studying this MBA and marketing, I thought I should have my second branch, and that is where uh, I started the second branch in October. February
Wow.
2000, February 2006, I started my third center. May 2005, I got married to Sunita. And that is the time I said there should be some figure at the school to show that she's a part of Hello Kids.
Yeah.
So during 2006, September, October, my brother joined me. And we decided that this preschool is not a job for two people, and
Hmm.
we diverted ourselves to selling toys. So we started getting toys from Chennai, Mumbai, and Delhi, and we started
Hmm.
supplying toys to all the children's stores, baby stores, toy stores in Bangalore. So that is where we started even toys during the same time. So morning till 3 o'clock, I was running school. Sunita used to go to her office. He was working with Infosys, and my
Hmm.
brother used to sell toys. By 3 o'clock, when the school van is free, me and my brother used to put all the toys inside the van. We used to go outside the BAML gate. BAML is a coach making factory, a train coach making factory, very nearer to our school. And we both brothers used to sell toys. We were enjoying selling toys because thousands of employees will have their shift over by around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 4:30, and we were planned that we'll sell all the lot on the same day itself. So morning 7 to evening 3, school van run pick up drop. 3 o'clock put all the toys, reach anyhow to the venue by 3:30, 3:45. 4 o'clock the shifts gets over. By 6 o'clock the whole lot of toys is over. So this is how we used to sell toys outside the Bemel gate. And the journey started when even I never wanted Sunita to uh, forcefully join Hello Kids. And so I gave enough time. I never asked to join me back to the school. And I never said that because of bachelor's, I'm not getting admissions and this and that. So she was doing very well with Infosys. She changed the job to Huawei Technologies. And trust me, as when I was running one or two or three centers, I had plenty of time. I used to go and drop her. I used to go for lunch. I used to go and pick her up from the office. So I had plenty of time to spend during my first 2 3 days, 2 3 years of preschooling.
Oh, nice.
And 2009, when Sunita decided that she wants to leave her job and she wants to join me, I said I was waiting for this day when you will be coming to Hello Kids. And that day we both decided that let her understand the operations part, and it's now time to take Hello Kids to the other parts of the country. So that is the just initial days of Hello Kids. And another first franchise I'll definitely like to share. So we were not very old. We were very newly married at that point of time. Sunita left her job, and I got my first franchise inquiry from Bareilly. Right, I used to give it small. Times of India. If you see the pages, Times of India has got classified section, and
the smaller ones,
it was not ad. It was a lines. It was a 4 or 5 lines in the text form. Oh, start your own play school, right? So I used to give this Times of India ad. One ad used to cost me around 1,200 rupees to reach to across the India and Times of India. So this guy from Bareilly was so no emails, no WhatsApp at that popular at that point of time. Even I was using emails, but this college professor was not good into technology, and he did not had any email. So he used to send me a letter every week once almost that he wanted to start a school and he wants all this information. Finally, we decided that he'll be depositing 10,000 rupee on my account, and I have to travel to Bareilly to meet him and sign up a Hello Kids school in Bareilly. So I said, Sunita, you should take a leave from your office and let's go and see Bareilly. And Bareilly is very close to Agra, so at least we'll have a Taj Mahal also at the same time. So 10,000 rupees. Even flights were not much at that point of time, and even I don't think I was able to afford at that point of time. And I took a train journey to Agra, 48 hours, 48 hours from Bangalore. And we went to his place, Bareilly. We were there for 3 days at his place. So it was a good hospitality, good food, everything was doing good. We had a good discussion for 3 days, but this guy was not really signing up Hello Kids. So he was in a different mood. And after 3 days, we spoke, me and Sunita decided that if he's not signing this morning, even by evening, we are leaving for Agra, we'll have Taj Mahal and then we'll leave. So he did not sign up. We left Bareilly with a note that whenever you want, we'll come back again. But now we are leaving because it's already 3 days. We are on our day 4. And then we went to Agra. Then we came back to Bangalore. Now, during the same train journey, when I was coming back, we decided that we should have something as a good model of a preschool so that we should not take 7 days to sell a franchise, right? And I will never travel in my life to sign up a franchise. So today is the day, right? 16 years almost. We are completing 16th year. We are on our 17th year.
Yeah.
We have not stepped out of Hello Kids office to sign up a franchise, right?
Wow.
So we thought of to bring a model, to bring so much of transparency, to bring so much of clarity on our communication, so that
Hmm.
people, either they are traveling to us or they are signing over the phone and they are paying over the phone to us. And I'll say more than 90% of our centers have not seen us before signing up a school, right?
Wow. Must
So
be very, very transparent.
see, that is what I'm saying. So if we have to go out, see a school building, meet people, spend a lot of time and efforts and money, right? I don't think we should have been able to do so many number of centers,
True.
right?
Very true.
So that was the day, and today is the day. And trust me, within the same 1 or 2 months, I got this second inquiry from Chhattisgarh. This guy was working with Reliance. Trust me, he because of that model, within a month, whatever we
Hmm.
created as a no royalty model. No royalty model.
Yeah.
Everybody talk about royalty model in the preschool industry, but we said we are happy with the dal and roti. We don't want any paneer and any extra things. No sweets, nothing. We'll have our dal roti for life, and let's bring people together to make a bigger brand than making more money out of the same industry. So we were the first in industry to talk about no royalty. Whatever the people are earning out of this brand, let them
Hmm.
enjoy it so that they will be there with us for long, right?
Yeah.
So I talked about transparency. I talked about clarity of information. I said, let's them pay us something which is a very minimal fees, not as a percentage, because percentage pinch a parent in a long run, right?
Yeah.
Percentage pinch to a people in a long run. So let's bring it as a fee rather than a percentage. So
Hmm.
this guy was very what to call as very clear with his thoughts that Pritam, I'm joining with you because you do not have a royalty, and whatever is the money he paid me, I do remember he paid me 3 lakhs in 3 days. He spoke to me on first day and he paid me on the fourth day, and that is the day when me and Sunita were deciding that the thought process what we had that we'll never go out to sign up, the transparency,
Hmm.
the clarity has paid us very fast. So keep
Yeah.
that one, keep that thing, and we even decided that we'll keep that thing for this thing, and we'll make the largest chain of preschools in India. I hope that if everything is going good, uh, the New Year resolution for 2023 for me is will make Hello Kids the largest chain of preschool by 2025.
Wow. That's really nice. And you also have like Hello Kids is also in Bangladesh and Nepal. So how was the international expansion like? Were there any? Obviously, there were differences in terms of the business way of working into the business and the people and everything. What were the challenges that you faced and overcame while you were expanding into the neighboring countries?
Yes, Shruti, there were a lot of academic and business challenges both. And
Hmm.
it is good to have these challenges to learn from the initial days of your plans. And when you are expanding well, it is exciting. But
Right.
trust me, India is so big. We are doing so good, I'll say. I'm happy with what we are doing today. And we had these challenges. Let me tell you these challenges, and I'll say now we have removed. I really trust me with my mentors, understanding with our own discussion. We are not trying to go very strong into this field right now. So
Hmm. Okay.
as it's good, it's look like to a business as a marketing point, but a lot of management, and as you said, there are challenges, right?
Hmm.
We need to understand, see, understanding cultural there are cultural differences, there are academic differences, there are business different rules and regulations. Even I want to send my books, uniform, ID cards to that place, I have a lot of
Hmm.
challenges, right?
Right.
Otherwise when you do not have all these things, uniformity will have issues, right? You have
Hmm. Correct.
differentiate in managing and planning the processes. I'll tell you this story to understand from Bangladesh itself. So this was a very I have a very good partner in Bangladesh right now, right?
Hmm.
And we had some uh, UK connections. UK connections means even we I was in UK for some years, and he was also in UK for some years. He must have
Okay.
read about us that we were in UK for some years, and he had a good
Hmm.
connection. He was in India. I think he has met all the franchise owners in India, and he decided that we'll go with Hello Kids. So,
Hmm.
so after spending a time in Bangalore, even we went to Bangladesh. That city is called Sylhet. That is
Hmm.
one of the uh, good what do you call it? I think second or the third largest city in Bangladesh, uh, and that is one of the Hindu city we can talk about. There are a lot of
Hmm.
um, history of Hinduism into that city, and this guy is from
Yeah.
that place. So when we went, I was there almost around 7 to 8 days in that city. The city is
Mm-hmm.
not quite very different than Indian cities, but
Okay.
yes, as because we have different cultures, right? And first day, not first day, I'm talking about second day, day two. We were
Hmm.
about to meet all the teachers, and we were supposed to have a training. I do not know why teachers did not turn up. So maybe because of differences in terms of accepting some other
Right.
uh, the things which is not very popular or this or that.
Hmm.
And in terms of education, I believe Bangladesh must be. I really do not know about the top cities, the best of schools, but yes, in terms of preschool, what I saw in Sylhet, right?
Hmm.
They're at least 5-10 years behind us, right?
Hmm.
So maybe the educated population is really understanding it, but not the
Yeah.
whole population, which is really making early education as a strong foundation for their children, right?
Right.
The acceptance is still not there. Even we
True.
have a lot of Indian villages and small towns. Even we do not have acceptance there. So I'll
Hmm.
not say that it is only Bangladesh. Even we have small towns and cities like this.
Right.
Now making and preparing to understand that curriculum is also different, right? When, as I said, why we are not focusing into that part is when we are deciding our curriculum, when we say that it is a age appropriate curriculum, this is for the children between 0 to 6 years. See, children across the globe is the same, right? So
True.
maybe cultural are differences, right? Maybe the standards can be different here and there. Maybe some government rules may be different and there, but the developmental stages of the child, that 0 to 6 years, remain the same across the globe, right?
Right. Right.
So either it is a child who is coming to a school at 2 years or 3 years at the entry level. But
Hmm.
when we are deciding a curriculum, what challenges we face is, see, when what I call, I'm designing a book for the children. I have a book which is to be printed with Indian maps, and I cannot print a book right now, right? Or I have to change the pages when I'm deciding a Hello Kids curriculum. I have to again rethink about uh,
Hmm.
their National Republic Day or Independence Day or their festivals, their maps, right? So
Hmm.
it is also not a very strong changes, but yes, focusing that thing right now when Hello Kids is growing at a good space and when Indian market itself is very big. So
Right.
focusing that area, we thought that this may not be the right time. So we need to give more focus in our own country now rather than going
Okay.
back to Bangladesh. So same case in Nepal itself, right? But
Okay.
Nepal is still better, I'll say, than Bangladesh in terms of education, right? So
Okay.
if I say Bangladesh is 5-7 years behind us, Nepal maybe 2-3 years behind us in terms of education for early years, making
Right.
understand. And yes, not focusing at this moment. As
Okay.
I said, let it be very focused. It was, I'll say very clearly to my audience that this may help to grow faster in terms of a marketing point that we have overseas centers, right? Glad that people are accepting us. But yes, as a management, to my listeners, whoever is listening, we have enough to do in the country right now. But yes, as a marketing, we can
True.
go there, but we still have place to go in India.
My next question would be, you are an active member of ECA as a vice president. Um, and ECA is Early Childhood Association for our viewers. Have you noticed, like, when you started in 2005 and now it is 23? 2023. Have you noticed any the most drastic change that you have noticed in early childhood education throughout? What would be that? सबसे ज़्यादा drastic कौन सा like change हुआ अभी तक?
See, drastic change means when I was there initially in 2005-6,
Right.
academically everybody was behind कि ABCD सिखा दो, 1 to 10 सिखा दो, मेरे बच्चों को rhymes करा दो, मेरे बच्चों को multiplication करा दो. That was in everybody's mind, right?
Very true.
But,
Yeah.
but when you study the early education practices globally, it was a
Hmm.
play. It was play. People has to understand the child is meant to play. Let the child go back to small preschool, colorful preschool. Let them spend time with children. Let them play whatever the most possible things during the early years, right? So the things have shifted, right? The things have shifted from that academically to the more of I'll say free play and the stuffs, which is I really give a lot of what you call as regards to people like Swati madam and the other Rita madam and all the people those who are associated with early childhood association in India, that
Yeah.
they are the people who taught me this, right? See, there is somebody to whom you have to follow, right? So
Very true.
if you're in business, let's say you are following Ratan Tata. If you're in politics, you are following somebody else. But when you are in preschool, I said follow these people and this organization. You do not need to go back. So they are the Google of early childhood education, right?
Right.
So when there are people, those who are bringing the best of practices, I said not just because of ECA, I'm a vice president. I'm not talking just because I'm a vice president, but as a owner of a Hello Kids preschool, right? I always try to see what ECA talks about it and how quickly I can bring it to my schools. That was always my thought process, right?
Right.
Even in terms of cursive writing, everybody was in writing and cursive writing. And I'll trust you, Shruti, I was the first in India as a school or a brand to remove cursive writing book from my curriculum itself, right? Spending, see, let me give you something, Shruti, you need to understand with this audiences here. Preschool is meant for 2.5 hours. In that two and a half
Yeah.
hours, kids are crying, kids are having food, kids are having play, kids are doing all sort of celebrations possible. Independence Day, Green Day, Blue Day, this day, that day. Trust me, we do not left out with 1 hour of education also per day,
Mhm.
right? And it is like we India call as a academic year, but academic year is not 365 days. Academic year is 180 to 200 days.
Right.
200 days, a early childhood student, which is a young child, he is absent in a preschool for at least 20-25% of the days. The child is attending only 150 days in a year. And that to be education means 150 hours. And in that
Yeah.
150 hours, the teacher is taking care of 10 and 15 children. So
Right.
each child, each day gets around 4 to 6 minutes from a child only. So
Hmm.
you need to be so strong in terms of your values and trainings and curriculum and whatever you say, that within that 20-30 hours in a year, you should be able to get this child ready for the next.
Right.
दिखने के लिए है साल, दिखने के लिए है वो 70,000 फीस, दिखने के लिए वो
Hmm.
5 बिल्डिंग का रूम, राइट? पर टाइम आपके पास 20 घंटे बचते हैं. 20 घंटा मेरा
This
मतलब है
Sal can.
माई टू दैट पर्टिकुलर चाइल्ड इज 20 hours,
Yeah. Yeah.
राइट?
Yeah.
मैं 20 घंटे में उसको, आप सोचते हो कि मेरे बच्चों को एबीसीडी भी आ जाए, 1 to 10 भी आ जाए, राइम स्टोरीज आ जाए, सर नहीं चाहिए, राइट? वो स्कूल नहीं भी जाएगा लाइफ में तो उसको एबीसीडी आएगा, ट्रस्ट मी,
Yeah.
राइट? सो वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट व्हाट ए चाइल्ड इज मेंट टू प्ले. अगर खेल खेल के अगर कुछ सीख जाता है तो दैट इज वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट,
Yeah.
राइट?
It also stays with kids
यस.
rather than rattafying.
And again I said cursive writing हमने हटाया. फिर we are talking about कि the stress, lot of writing was there, so we always try to do that. Now इसी is talking about no assessment, right? मैं
Yeah.
मेरी एज ए स्टूडेंट की पूछो, मैं एज ए स्टूडेंट, मेरा तो कभी लाइफ में एग्जाम होना ही नहीं चाहिए था. तो ऐसा ही है. चाइल्ड इज नॉट, सी चाइल्ड इज नॉट रेडी. यू वांट हिम टू असेस ऑन, आप बताते हो कि रात भर कल इंग्लिश का एग्जाम है और बच्चा रात भर इंग्लिश पढ़ता है और सुबह आके एग्जाम दे देता है, ABCD तो लिखना है। ऐसा एग्जाम नहीं चाहिए, ऐसा एग्जाम नहीं चाहिए।
राइट
सो इवन ECA इज टॉकिंग अबाउट, अभी जो आप बोल रहे हो ना, व्हाट चेंजेस वी वांट टू ब्रिंग, आई वांट टू ब्रिंग दिस थिंग फॉर द लास्ट 5-7 years, कि पेरेंट्स को भी ये समझ में आ जाए कि भाई मेरा बच्चे का एग्जाम मत लेना बस, rather than school saying कि we do not take exams, let the parent has to understand कि मेरा बच्चा का एग्जाम नहीं चाहिए।
वेरी ट्रू, वेरी ट्रू।
राइट, यू गिव मी ऑब्जर्वेशन, उसको मैंने आज आज दिस इज माय 16-17 ईयर एंड दिस इज व्हाट आई से फ्रॉम फर्स्ट डे। श्रुति, अगर मैं मेरे बच्चे के बारे में या मेरे क्लास के हर बच्चों के बारे में डेली मैं 2 से 3 लाइन लिखूं बस, आई मेट श्रुति टुडे, राइट, शी विश्ड मी ए वेरी हैप्पी न्यू ईयर, I had a fight with Shruti yesterday, and Shruti was absent yesterday, right? I was sharing my food with Shruti. The food was sandwich, right? अगर ये मैं 2 से 3 लाइन डेली लिखूं और मैं अगर 4 साल का रिपोर्ट कार्ड उस फादर और पेरेंट को दूं, जो मैं बोलता हूं 600 और लाइन्स टू 2400 लाइन्स, वो बच्चे का लाइफ डिसाइड कर सकता है। इतना ऑब्जर्वेशन हो सकता है कि बच्चा खाने में कैसा है, बच्चा शेयरिंग में कैसा है, दूसरों के साथ कैसा है, क्लास में कैसा है, आंसर कैसे देता है, क्या आता है क्या नहीं आता है, ऑप्शन कितना होता है, तबीयत कितना खराब है, मदर फादर का लड़ाई हुआ नहीं हुआ, सब कुछ उसके अंदर है। रेदर देन यू से ए आता है, बी आता है, सी आता है, यू टिक एंड यू क्रॉस, यू आस्क हिम टू कलर, अरे वो डेली तो करता है वही चीज,
राइट।
अगेन यू वांट टू वेस्ट ऑफ दैट, जो मैंने आपको 150 दिन बोला ना, उसमें 3 असेसमेंट करके 15 दिन और खराब कर देते हैं आप, right? So even I as an educator, I believe on to observation rather than this regular question paper exams. मेरे ब्रांचेस मुझे बोलते हैं दो दो, कुछ प्रेशर है मेरे पास भी, राइट, मैं बोलता हूँ मेरा क्वेश्चन पेपर में हेलो किड्स का लोगो नहीं है, आप यूज कर लो।
You're a very open person as a leader, as an educator, to understand कि okay, this might not be good, this might not be bad, this might be very great that I'm doing. But being open to criticism, I don't think a lot of people are. These days, people get very, criticism is something not everybody is okay with. So yeah, I would like to congratulate you on this. And thank you so much for being on this podcast. It has been an honor speaking to you. I learned a lot about, the business part of it, how you're handling, and you've been so honest. Thank you so much for being a part of this.
Thank you.